If you guys are new or a returning player to GTA Online and looking at all the new things you can buy, you are probably really overwhelmed on everything. But I'm going to try and make it a bit more easier for you guys. I'm going to be ranking all the best businesses in making money wise. So this is going to give you a good idea on what businesses to purchase and not to purchase. Considering there's over 20 businesses you can actually purchase in GTA from when it first came out, when you can only buy houses or garages. But before we do get into the video, this is not a tutorial on how to use them. This is my ranking on the best ones. Have you heard of Game For You? If you haven't, it is one of the best places you can go and get modded accounts in GTA 5. They sell PlayStation, Xbox and PC. They're one of the only places that actually do this legitimately, and it's one of the best services I have ever seen. So go and check it out. You can use code Blairxe for 10% off your order. So go and check them out. They will be in the link down below. Thank you for sponsoring the video, and let's get into. So some people might have forgot about this one. It's the Arena War, and for ranking, it's the worst one to make money, just because like it's just no way to make money. But upsides to this, there is a 30-car garage, and you can upgrade your cars in this one. It's pretty cool, but to make money wise, it is actually the worst one. Considering the only way to make money is to compete in the actual Arena War game mode. And considering you don't even actually need to buy the Arena War to compete in those game modes, this comes dead last in the best way to make money. Moving on to the second worst one to make money is a document forgery office. The actual worst MC business by miles. Considering if you do buy all the upgrades, it is still quite far away, and it's just not worth it. Even with all the upgrades, you're looking at about 20k an hour, and that's just not worth it. But yeah, it is a passive business, to be fair. You don't need to work as hard to get that money, but it is the worst MC business or business in the game to make money. So yeah, and this is why it's ranked so low on my ranking. Next up is actually the Penthouse. This is probably one of the worst properties you can buy in GTA. But considering the first missions you are playing in this heist, if you're hosting them, you do get a bonus and first time bonuses for the missions. And if you complete all the missions in order, you do get a free car. So you do get roughly back the money you did purchase for the Penthouse. But after that, there's just no money you can make in any missions. You don't make as much money, and yeah, it's just not that good. And that's the reason the Penthouse is actually ranked so low on my list. Next is high-end apartments. If you didn't know, in 2022, they did get a massive buff, letting you start up 5 different heists. Fleet of Job, the Prison Break, Humane Labs, and the others. And if you go and do these missions now, you would see they have been boosted, because normally you only get about 20k from doing these missions. Now you can get even more money from doing them. But they aren't the best way to make money in GTA right now, so that's why it is quite low. And plus, you will need 4 people to do the heists, so that's why I'm ranking it so low on my list. The next 3 slots have actually been took up by 3 MC businesses: Weed, Cash, and the Meth Lab. Just like the document forgery office, this will make you passive income. And considering if you do have all the upgrades to the weed farm, you can make up $34,000 every hour. Cash will make you $38,000 every hour, and the lab will just make you over $41,000 every couple of hours. And as you see, we are getting to a bit more of a respectable in terms of making money per hour. But considering all the buffs these businesses have got in the last year of 2022, people wouldn't be surprised and why they are actually in the bottom tier of GTA businesses. Next, I've put the Facility. The Facility isn't that bad on making money, but it's not in the top half of properties. But it is quite alright. A lot of the purposes in this Facility is what you can store in it. So, of course, you can have the Orblin Cannon. And if you don't know what that is, you haven't been playing GTA, because every single lobby has an Orblin Cannon, at least once in it. And it does have the Avenger in it too. You can store the Avenger. It's the only place I believe you can actually store the Avenger. And the only way to make money is actually doing Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 of the Doomsday Heist, and obviously the finale of the Doomsday Heist. But the reason it's not a meta anymore, or has been, is because you just need a lot of people. And after all the updates and buffs, it's just got harder and harder to actually complete the missions, and it does take a long time. Every single mission takes up to an hour to 2 to complete for normal people. Some people can complete it faster, but yeah, it's just not that good. Next, I actually put the vehicle warehouse. This business actually just got a buff in 2022, where originally you couldn't sell these vehicles in public lobbies, but now you can, and every single time there's more players in the lobby, you do get bonuses for the amount of people in the lobby. So if you're a solo player and you're doing these, it is decent, but again, it is risky because, again, people just blow you up, and yeah. And normally, 2 people can sell up to 2 high-end vehicles in an hour, and that can give up to 100k to 200k. It's just really easy, and with the bonus, if you're in a public lobby, you can get even more. So yeah, this is why it's here and not lower or higher. It is pretty decent, and it is respectable for the money you can make. And next up on our list is another business that just got a buff in 2022. It is the hangar. And of course, the hangar is probably one of the most pointless properties you can buy in GTA. Obviously, you can store your helicopters and planes and all your vehicles in like the sky in here, but that's about it where you can come with this. In saying, this was going to be one of the worst ones for the money making, but recently after the buff, every single crate you sell make up to 30k. Considering it used to be 10k, that's a 3 times pay rise. And normally, a normal person can get 6 of these sold in about an hour. And that's looking around about 150k right there for just selling 6. And that's not even considering all the high-end bonuses you can get on special occasions when you're doing these missions. Obviously, I'm showing you right now all you can get. And finally, this is the last MC business we're going to be talking about, and it's the Coke Locker. You can make up to 63k an hour, and some people might be saying, why is this higher? Keep in mind, this is literally an income. You just like do this every couple of hours. You don't even need to put any effort into it, and that's why it's higher than everything else. But I will say it has fallen from grace. It used to be the best one you could do, but right now it isn't. Next is the crate warehouse. Normally, people can sell up to 300k every couple of hours doing this mission, all these businesses, and it is really easy too. And the reason it's like high up right now is because it has been updated, and you can get more money from doing them in public lobbies and stuff like that, and you don't even need to do them. Rockstar has added this person where if you pay them, they can go and collect you stuff, and they will go and sell you stuff too. So it is pretty sick, this one, and yeah, that's why we put it in the middle of the pack. Next one up is actually the bunker. But I weren't that sure where to put this one, so obviously I just put it over the Coke Locker. Considering the bunker can give you a lot of stuff like unlocking research or actually unlocking new stuff for like your sniper and stuff like that. It is really good, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about money-wise. And taking into consideration if you're buying stock and also all the upgrades, you will be making round about 55k every hour with the bunker. And some people might be asking me, why do I have this over the Coke Locker? You're not making as much money. But in 2022, they have actually added a new buff to the bunker where you can do an ammunition run. You can do this every 48 minutes, and it only takes 5 to 10 minutes to complete. And that's another 50k right there for doing it. So if you're adding it all together, you can get up to 100k from just doing these in short times. So we actually are moving on to some of the better apartments. We've got the auto shop here. There's actually 3 ways you can make money in the auto shop. So we're going to start off worst to best. So while you're driving around the map, you will see a little blue dot. If you do take that car and drive it all the way to the port, you will get like, I think 10k, I'm not that sure, but you do make a bit of money. And the next best way to get some money is obviously this right here, where you can do missions. You can get up to 100k from just doing these missions. And if you didn't see, I did actually mess it a bit up. This is the best way to get money in the auto shop. This is the best ones. And the second best way to get some is obviously doing the inbuilt thing where you can actually upgrade customers' cars. As you see right here, we're just upgrading some cars. It is completely free, and you can get even more money if you do this into a public lobby for the bonus, and you don't even need to do it. Rockstar had actually added in 2022 where you can actually pay your intern to actually deliver the car for you, so you don't actually need to do it. All you need to do is upgrade the car and then pay the intern to take it. You don't make as much money doing that way, but obviously it's quicker, so that is a way. So next up on our list is actually the arcade. So this is where you can start up the Diamond Casino, and you can make up to 1 million doing this. There's obviously 2 ways to make money. It's obviously the safe right here, we're getting some money. If you do wait over a couple of days and obviously a few minutes, you do get a decent amount of money. I got about 100k right there. But obviously the main thing everyone is focused in with the arcade is the heist. the Diamond Casino, you're making $1 million doing that. Obviously, you do need a friend for that. Obviously, you don't need a full squad. You can do it on 2. But obviously, 2 against 2 people, you can make up to $1 million, and it's just really good. And that's why it's so high up on my list. But it's not the best one you can do. It's not all the way at the top. But as you see, you just come to the heist, and it doesn't even take that long. It takes about, some people can do this in like an hour, do all the setups and do the heist. And yeah, it's just really easy, this one now, isn't it? And if you don't own these top 4 businesses, I don't know what you're doing, because obviously everyone should own them, because it is the best way to make money in GTA 5. And up next is the second best passive income you can get in GTA 5. It is the Acid Lab. Unfortunately, I haven't got it yet, so I can't really show you it off yet. But you can make up to 60k an hour just doing this one. And it is showing the same type of numbers as the Coat Locker and Bunker. But the only reason it's high up on my list is because it's completely built for solo players. So you don't need any friends or anyone like this. It is completely solo. And unlike with the Bunker, when you do sell all your project, you do have like 6 or 5 cars you need to go to. But with the Acid Lab, they only have 1 car you need to deliver it on. And that is it. And that's why it's so high up on my list. And that's why it is probably the best one so far on the list for AFK and solo players. So jumping into the top 3 that you must own is the agency. You can make up to 600k an hour just doing this one. Obviously, there's a couple ways to make money. And obviously, the first way to make money is to come and go to the safe and collecting the money. It does go up every couple of hours. And while you're doing missions, every hour, it does go up 500. So obviously, you can get even more money while doing missions. So this is why it's so high up and you can make so much money from them. So obviously, I haven't really done that many missions, but as you do more missions, like calls or like these missions on your computer, you can get even more money on just doing them. That's why it's so high up, and it's on the number 3 spot, because it literally just makes so much money. And it is a solo mission too. You don't need any friends to do this, and it is completely solo. And the next way to make money in the agency is actually the payphone missions. So if you do these missions, you can get up to 15k from just completing them normally. But you do get a little bonus if you can do it in a weird way. It will give you a little challenge to do it or kill the target in. And if you do that, it does give you an extra 50k. And I did do a video on this one. So yeah, it is really. Moving on to the number 2 spot is the Nightclub, and generally how insane this business is. And as I said, the Acid Lab is the second best passive way to make money, but the Nightclub blows that away. The first passive way to make money in the Nightclub is actually the safe. And if you can keep your popularity high in-game, that safe every single day in-game will be making up to 50k every day. And that is actually 45 minutes real time. And that on its own is making as much money as the Acid Lab. And that's not even talking about the Nightclub warehouse, and that's another insane way to make money. At its maximum output, if you got all these on the right path, I'm showing you right now on the screen which ones you should have on for which character, you can make so much more money. And if you're adding all them up together, you're making up to 100k every single hour. That's why this is on the number 2 spot, and you must own, because it is just really good and the best way to make money. And not debating in this one in any slight way, the best property you should own is the kosatka submarine. You can make up to 1.5 million every single hour. It is must own property you need in GTA, even though it's been nerfed recently, where if you're completing this solely, you can only do it every couple of 3 hours. So even though it's every 3 hours you can do this mission, it is a still must own business. And yeah, it is still king, the best way to make money. And if you don't own it, you should own it, because it's just the best way to make money in GTA Online. So I suppose we'll wrap it up there. If you can, make sure you do check if you have liked the video, and do subscribe, because it does take me ages to make these videos. And yeah, it will appreciate it so much if you do drop a like on the video and do subscribe, so it pushes out further to newer viewers. But do you know how to get the railgun before it releases? If you don't, go and check out my video. And that has been your boy Blairxe. Thank you for watching the video, and goodbye.